Okay, I'm starting my commentary drive. I'm starting out here in the Magnum parking lot. I'm going to go up to the industrial drive. This is an industrial complex. I'm going to go up to the industrial area. And there's some restaurants up around there, and I'm going to come back down on a busier road. Hopefully this time of day it's lunchtime. So we'll see what we can, kind of traffic we can encounter. I think it will have everything we need to have. I've already adjusted my seat. It's my everyday car. My windows are already, my mirrors are already adjusted. So I'm pretty much ready to go. Before I take off out of this parking lot, there is a lot of pedestrian traffic around here. So I'm gonna basically, you know, I know there's nobody around here, but I have my back to the door when I came out. So I'm gonna little rock and roll, get past some of the obstructions of my windows and make sure there's nobody beside me that snuck in around me or anything like that. So now I'm gonna cover my brake. I'm gonna put my vehicle in drive, give one more last look. I'm gonna look right, I'm gonna look left. There's nothing around, and I'm getting ready to pull out here the parking lot. I'm looking around. I just seen one of my drivers come in with a tractor trailer. He's doing a turnaround. So a lot of times they come in here, do a quick turnaround. So I want to make sure when I come to the edge of this little parking lot that he hasn't done it anything to come up on one of these spaces to actually do a parking job. I'm gonna start right here because there is a sidewalk here and there's a sidewalk over there. Not very many pedestrians here ever, but just in case, you never know. I look to my left, I see my driver, he's backing in. I look to my right, I got another employee coming into the parking lot. I'm gonna get over a little bit over here. I think he sees me, and he does. We'll keep on pressing out here. Everything's good. I'm gonna look left, I'm gonna look right, I'm gonna look left again. I'm gonna do a little rock and roll, make sure everything's around. Now we come up here to a stop sign as we're coming out of my parking lot. During the summertime, a lot of these bushes and things are in your way, so you stop a little before the stop sign, and then you kind of just move a little bit forward until you get a better view. I'm gonna look left, everything's clear. I'm gonna look right. There's a car coming up here, there's a semi coming down. I'm gonna look left one more time. I'm gonna communicate with my left turn signal. I'm gonna turn into the road. I'm gonna keep into the inside lane just in case there is something that comes out of that parking lot on the right there. Here's a green light. Speed limit's about 35 miles an hour around here. It's a stale green. I'm not going to speed up any more than what I already have. Oh, there's the yellow. I wasn't speeding so much that I couldn't slow down safely. I'm looking to my right, I'm looking to my left. There's traffic coming to the left like they should on a green light. I'm looking ahead and seeing what's up there. There's semi truck coming out of one of the customers. There's a lot of traffic coming up the other way, the direction I am. To my right, there's a semi. I think we got plenty of room. There's a left turn signal. I'm still looking around, changing my view every 2 to 3 seconds to make sure that I'm getting everything that's happening at once. It's still red. It's the yellow. It means green's going to stop. I'm going to wait 1 or 2 seconds before I take off, just make sure nobody's coming across the intersection. I'm going to speed up here a little bit. I'm looking ahead, seeing where traffic is. There's a lot of driveways out here where trucks will just pull out without even looking. So I'm going to keep on looking. I'm going to get on the right-hand lane. Well, before I even got that right-hand lane, somebody wanted to come in beside me. But I'm communicating to the truck behind me that I'm going to do a right-hand lane change. I'm going to speed up a little bit more. Nope, I'll stay right where I'm at, from 35 miles an hour. That's where I should be for the speed limit in this area. I'm looking looking ahead and seeing there's a truck coming out in front of me. I'm looking around, making sure there's no pedestrians. Pedestrians do stop here around here for bus stops and stuff like that. There's nobody in front of me, so I got free space. There's nothing above me, nothing below me, no truckos. There's a guy coming up on my left-hand corner. He's doing a little bit of speeding. I need to slow it down a little bit just because there's, you know, the speed limit is 35. Nobody does a speed limit around here. But there, like I said, there's all kinds of driveways. You always got to be looking for something to come out of these driveways. It's an industrial complex. Looking ahead, right there's a truck, a vehicle coming out of the driveway there. They don't do a lot of good stops. Looking to my left, there's another pickup over there. He's not doing anything. I'm looking around, making sure. There's a lot of geese around here, so you gotta look out for geese a lot of times, and they'll jump right out in front of you. I'm checking my mirrors from 5 to 8 seconds. Make sure that things behind me look like they should. Looking behind me, there's nobody behind me. I got plenty of space up in front of me. Again, I'm looking around, leaving myself some space. There ain't nobody around me right now to leave space or leave room. I'm gonna come up on this red light. I'm gonna slow down pretty slow. I want to come up on very slow. There's nothing going on, so I'm just going to make sure I get up here. When I get up here, I want to at least be able to see the driver's cars in front of me, his tires on the road. That way I got plenty of room in case he was to break down, excuse me, break down or something. While I'm sitting here, I'm looking around, making sure, you know, things are the same as it was when I pulled up here. Doesn't seem like there's no pedestrians around, no geese or nothing like that. I got a car behind me. It's pretty close. This car just passed me on the left. It looks like there is traffic moving right now. The green light, that tells me it's probably still red. Looking ahead, there's a semi in front of me. The semi turning to his left up on the crossroad here. There's another traffic coming up on me on my side here. I'm still keeping my distance right here. Now you can even rock and roll just about any time just to see where you're at, and you know, looking in your mirrors and stuff like that, just to be sure that you got a clear view and what your scene's changing all the time. So you want to make your sceneries, make sure your scenery's fresh in your mind and everything. I'm gonna wait 1 or 2 seconds while they take off, especially if you're at a light and you're the first one out. You want to wait them couple seconds just to make sure that nobody's running a stale red or a stale yellow or something like that. But I'm taking off slowly. I'm looking up ahead. There doesn't seem no conflicts. I'm looking around. I don't see no geese, no pedestrians, no anything coming out. There's a car coming up on my left. Again, the speed limit is 35. Today, any day, I don't think anybody really does the speed limit, but they should probably. So here's some more industrial driveways. You always got to take a look at them. You know, there's laborers that come out of there that work the warehouses. They aren't the professional drivers we are, so they'll just pull out in front of you. Here's a truck. Every one of these driveways will have a truck that might coming out or going in, and you just got to watch out and make sure you see everything that's going on. Again, I'm looking ahead, and I see that there's a light up here. It's a stale green. I'm gonna look around, make sure there's still more driveways, make sure there's no pedestrians. Leave myself some room. There's nobody else around me, so I can leave plenty of room. Like I said, it's a stale green, so I want to cover my brake. You know, I just keep the speed limit maybe a little lower than 35. That way I ain't going too fast, so I can't slow down or stop if the light was to change on me. This is an intersection. I gotta look left, look right, and there it is. It turned yellow on me. But I had plenty of time to slow down. So I'm sitting here at the stoplight, and I'm looking to my left, looking to my right, looking in my area, changing my view every once in a while, making sure there's no pedestrians. I see a truck coming out to the right. You always got to watch out for the big trucks, just as much as the little POVs. There's no pedestrians. You can, like I said, you can do a little rock and roll just to make sure that there's nothing around you, but above you and below you. You never know. Just take your eyes off the road just for a few seconds, things change on you. I'm looking looking ahead. As I look up here, I see some pedestrians on the right-hand side. They get a good sidewalk, so they're pretty good ways off the road. Here's a green. I'll wait 1 or 2 seconds before I take off, just to wait for that vehicle that may come across there, trying to get that reward, risk of reward. Looking to my left, there's a car coming up on me. Again, I'm up to my 30, almost 35. I see the pedestrians on my right. Have cars coming up on my left. I'm doing the 35 right now. It's kind of hard sometimes because you want to go with the flow of traffic, but you just can't do it. You got to stay the 35. That way it keeps you out of any conflict. Plus it keeps you, gives you plenty of room. You know, everybody's passing, there's plenty of room. There's a red light, a green light, it's kind of stale. Look to my left, I'll look to my right, kind of slow down, cover the brake. You know, I'm not in no hurry, so I can get through there just fine. They'll come up here into the area where there's restaurants, a lot of people's lunch hour. There's a green light, it's stale. I'm gonna look ahead and see that there's cars waiting there. I ain't gonna speed up any. You know, I got plenty of time to slow down if I need to. Look to my left, look to my right, there's nothing there. I'm looking around, no pedestrians, no geese, no dogs, no nothing like that. Keeping my speed limit. There's another stale green. Stale greens, you always got to be careful of those because they're probably going to turn on you. And this is an intersection. There it is. It turned yellow on me. Had plenty of time to slow down because I wasn't running over the speed limit, and also I was aware of the green, the stale green. So that made sure that I had plenty of time to slow down when it turned a different signal color. Now I'm looking to my right. I really can't see to my left too much, but then I ain't too far away from the line, so I can screw it up here a little bit and then do a little rock and roll back and forth. You know, I can see that there's you know, cars around me, but I can't see this van, but I still want to see that, even though when this thing turns green, you know that somebody's going to do that risk and reward thing again. They're going to try to beat the light, and I just want to try to get away from that. So 1, 2, look around, nothing coming, I take off. Okay, I'm going to take a ride up here onto Highway 40. I'm going to turn on my turn signal at least 3 blinks, 1, 2, 3, to communicate to everybody that I'm going over here to the right lane to make a right-hand turn. I see this car on my right on this intersection. Got to make sure he's not going to try and pull out in front of me before I get there. The light is green, and I did notice that this just did turn green. So I'm going to look left, look right, look left again. Come out here slowly, make sure there's no pedestrians, nothing like that, get in this far right-hand lane. This is a turn lane, so I'm going to have to communicate to the people behind me that I'm making a left-hand turn into this next lane. There's about 3 blinks of my light. Get back over here, leave it on for a little bit, know that I'm done, get in this lane. This is an intersection. It's red before I even seen it was red, so I didn't have to worry about covering my brake. So this is another intersection. I got plenty of room in front of me. I see the tires in case that breaks down in front of me. Again, every once in a while, you got to look at your mirrors, 5 to 8 seconds, look at your mirrors. Make sure everything behind you is still the same what you thought it was before. Change your view every 2 or 3 seconds. And like I said, you can do that rock and roll just about any time anywhere you are. Just look around, because you got these big things in front of me in my truck. And you got the one over there as well, and a pedestrian or anything can stand behind there. They turn green. 1, 2, I'm going to wait 2. Everybody's waiting in front of me. No conflict, no risk. Look to my right, look to my left, look to my right. There's nothing there. Looking in my mirror, 5 to 8 seconds, I seen that somebody pulled away. Look to my left, and there's someone coming up behind me. I think the speed limit here, they don't have too many speed limit signs here, but I think the speed limit here is 35, maybe 45. But I'm gonna play it safe, keep it around 35 until I do see a speed limit. I see a pedestrian up there on my right-hand side, no real conflict. I'm gonna look ahead, and I don't see anything too much going on. I'm looking around, making sure I check all these driveways and things that might jump out in front of me. I've got plenty of room, leaving room, because there's nothing better. I got a semi coming up on my left right here. I'm still doing about 35. I'm doing 40 now. But like I said, oh, there's the speed limit sign way up there. It's a 45. That's what I thought it was going to be, 45. But anyway, I'm still looking ahead, because you never know what might be. I know there's a light up there. I seen when I looked ahead, I seen a light up there. And it is still green. So I'm looking around, making sure there's still nothing around me, leaving myself room, because I'm not going as fast as everybody else. So that gives me that room. I can't see the light, so I'm going to have to cover my brake a little bit here, because I don't know if that thing's turned on me. Now, it's still green, but it's a stale green, so I'm going to just keep the speed I'm going, not speed up or anything, try to beat it. There I got through it. I went left and right before I got there, and seen that there was no conflicts there, no cars that really looked like they was going to come out on me. Looking ahead, I know there's another light up here, so I'm going to cover my brake. And it looks like everybody stopped. It's probably a green light. I mean a red light, and it sure is. So I'm going to slow down, got plenty of room, not in no hurry to go anywhere. I'm looking to my right, looking to my left, looking around. There's a drive there, somebody on my left right there wanting to turn into here. Got to be careful. Again, there's that risk and reward thing. Guy thought maybe he could jump out in front of me real quick. Don't want that to happen, or I'll be aware when he does it, but I'll be able to stop. Okay, we got the green light. Everybody's pulling out. I'm just going to take my time and move up. I've got my following distance well above. Pick out a stationary object. There's a light pole, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. That's more than enough following room for people in front of me. I'm looking around again, making sure there's no pedestrians or things going to jump out, bicyclists or something like that. Looking ahead, there's nothing up there that I can see at the immediate moment that's going to cause me any problems. I check my mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds, make sure everything behind me. I'm not driving a big rig, but I'll look up anyway. You never know, might be a bird flying. Looking down, these roads are some kind of bad, a lot of construction going on. Could be a chuck hole. Again, you can rock and roll about any time you want. You just look around and see what you got going on around you, just to be sure you got the big picture. Here's the light. It's green. It's probably stale. It is stale, so I'm going about the speed limit, a little under 45, so I'm just going to keep that a little slow. Maybe it'll take my foot off the gas a little bit. It's good, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm looking around. There's an intersection. I didn't see nothing when I came up on it. A lot of little drives down through here, so I'm going to look ahead, make sure there's nothing up there that might be going on. I'm looking around at all the driveways. I still got leaving myself room. There's still, plenty of room, because I'm keeping the speed limit where everybody else is pretty much speeding. So I ain't got to worry too much about, leaving my room in this particular situation. I'm gonna look at my mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds again, just make sure everything. I see this car coming up on my left right here, trying to get into the lane. I put my foot over the brake to make sure that he didn't do no abrupt driving decisions, but he didn't. This is another stale green right here. I'm going a little slow, so I probably want to speed up just to while I don't impede traffic. I didn't see the intersection there, the red car and the black car. The red car was kind of moving. I had to keep aware of him, make sure he wasn't going to do something that like pull out there in front of me. Again, there's a lot of driveways down around here. So I'm going to look around, check my mirrors 5 to 8 seconds. I'm going to change my scene every 2 to 3 seconds because everything changes around here. So there's not a whole lot of traffic right now. I thought there's going to be a lot more, but there is some stuff you got to look at when you're driving down a road like this. Like I said, here's a car coming up on my left-hand side. The speed limit's 45. I'm doing about 43. If you do speed limit, believe it or not, you are always got plenty of room around you because everybody else is speeding. So that's a good way to stay out of the crowd. It's just do the speed limit. And if you do get in the crowd, slow down a little bit. You ain't gonna hurt nothing. Again, I got some driveways to my right and my left. I'm looking far ahead to make sure, make sure there's nothing going up there. Looking around, there's a drive right there. Looking over there, making sure 5 to 8 seconds on my mirrors. Make sure there's nothing else going behind me. Every 2 to 3 seconds, I want to change my scenery because things change as you move past them. I see the semis coming down in the opposite direction on the other side. Nothing really going on. Up here in a little bit, we're going to go onto the highway. Maybe we can get some of the highway and some of the following distance taken care of there. So, car on my right hand coming out of a parking lot. Keeping an eye on him. I'm still going about 40 miles an hour, a little under the speed limit. Seen that car going to the right, turn right in there. Up here it gets a little bit more busy. There's a little bit more a little bit more industrial areas. So, like I said, there's nothing right here, but still, even if there's nothing around, I see a black car looking ahead, a black truck coming out of the driveway, and I see another one to my right coming up to that intersection. Gotta be cautious. Don't want to make sure he's not going to jump out, try to take me over. Risk and reward situation. Again, I'm going to do a little rock and roll here, make sure I can see around everything. 2 to 3 seconds, change my view. Every 5 to 8 seconds, check my mirrors and then make sure everything's good to go. I've got another light up there. It's red, looking ahead, looking around. Still more drives. Semi to my left. Nothing really in my lane over here, but it looks pretty good. Always got to be looking around. That's all you do. Leave myself room, got the room down. Hadn't had to really communicate to anybody here lately, but I will probably here once I get on the highway and do some lane changing and stuff like that. But here's a red light. There's a dump truck in front of me. I could go over to the left lane if I really want to get around this guy, but I'm not in no hurry. So I think I'll just sit back and, you know, come up on it easy. It's still red. Just turned green. This truck driver, just pick a dump truck, don't usually take off too fast, and so I'm just letting him get out there. 1, 2. Let him get ahead of me a little bit. Now I'm looking left, looking right, looking left again to make sure there's nothing going on. And this, even though I got the red, things happen. Even they might have a left-hand turn there on green. I might want to try and get in front of me. Got a guy come up on my left-hand side here in a blue car. And like I said, there's a lot of driveways. I see a white van and a gold car right here at a drive. They're waiting their turn like they should. I just want to make sure that I see them and be able to do something if they do something different. Again, I'm here on this road. There's plenty of room around me. I'm looking ahead, looking around, changing my scenery every 2 to 3 seconds, looking at my mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds, just to make sure that I got the whole picture of what's going on and where I'm driving. Still doing a speed limit, a little bit under. There's a car to my left there that was going to do a left turn. Here, right off the bat, right there, the guy wasn't moving until I looked over. The scene changed, and the van started moving. He could have pulled right out in front of me, but I did see him in time to know that he was there, and I could have done something to avoid that situation. Car coming up on my left here. Again, they want to just pass me. Got little driveways, restaurants and stuff coming right out here. A lot of people get their food. They won't get somewhere and eat it, so they get out there fast. You got to be careful of that. Again, I'm going to look at my mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds. Make sure everything. Look up above where and look down. There's chuck holes. You got to look down. Some of them chuck holes get pretty bad in these construction zones. See this white truck coming out here on this drive right here. Keep an eye on him. He looks like he's looking down at his phone. He probably ain't paying too much attention. Okay, now we're getting up here and we're going to get on 465. We're going to go south. I'm going to communicate. See the truck on my right here. I'm going to communicate that I'm going to go to the right-hand lane. That's where I want to go because we get to the 465 south. It's a red light up there. I'm still communicating my intentions because I want to still go to the next right lane, and it has been no more than 3 blinks the whole time I had it on, so people behind me should know what's going on. I see a truck's kind of crossed 2 lanes right here. I don't know what's going on. Probably just pulled out the last second, didn't have time to get behind the other person. Got the same dump truck in front of me. Got cars coming up in front of me. Got multiple lights up here. Got to keep your eye on them. I'm going to do a little rock and roll because you never know. There's not going to be pedestrians around here, and you never know what's going on. And I see a guy to my left here. He's eating his dinner. So that's not real good, but hey, that's his drive, and that's the guys you got to look out for. Okay, green light. We're going to wait a few seconds, let that dump truck take off. We got the green, but I'm not going down that road. I'm going to look right, I'm going to look left, look right, and look left again, just because I want to make sure, because this is a big intersection. You never know what can happen here. Okay, I'm going to look at 465 south. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my turn signal for communication. There's a white car. He's trying to communicate. He wants to get over. Maybe he waited too long to get over. I don't know. Now, we come over here on the ramp going on the 465. There's a semi to my right. I don't know if he's taking the brakes, broke down, something like that. That's fine. There really is no speed limit sign on this ramp, but they're usually about 35, 40 mile an hour at that. And that is for a car, not a big truck. Okay, now I'm going to get out here on this highway. There's 2 lanes to get on it. I'm going to communicate with my turn signal. There's nothing to my left, so I'm going to go ahead. 1, 2, 3 on my blinker. Look at there. The guy, okay, he looked like he was going to come around me. So I'm going to speed up, get up in front of you. You got to watch out for those guys. They don't want to wait for you. All right, got plenty of traffic out here. And I want to keep my communication turn signal on, let them know I still want to get over. And the guy behind me, he wants to get over behind me. That's fine. I got plenty of room. As I'm getting over in this lane, I got me some following distance. I'm gonna look at that sign: 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. It's not bad for POV, but probably should be 5. Speed limit's 55. It is hard to stay at 55 on this highway. You always want to go with the flow, and it's hard because normal speed's about 70. So I'm gonna look at my mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds, change my scenery every 2 to 3 seconds. I'm gonna do a little rock and roll because you never know. It might be a motorcycle right there, you know, in my blind spot. I see that these guys are going off. Like I said, I'm still going a little quick, it's a little fast. Let me slow down. I'm going about 57. Need to go about 55. But you get ran over out here. There's construction coming up here. A lot of construction going on around here. Looking to my left, I'm looking forward, looking ahead to make sure there's nothing up here because of the construction. I don't want anything can happen. Looking around. Make sure there's nobody coming up on me too fast once you do a change lane. Looking around, because here this is an on-ramp. Most people think they don't have to yield to you, but this is kind of a different on-ramp. You can go straight, you can go into this road. So I'm going to communicate with my turn signal, 1, 2, 3 at least, on my blinkers. I'm going to go over to this first lane. There's nothing there in conflict, so I can go ahead and take it. I'm going to stay in this lane for a little bit and leave my turn signal on to communicate that I still want to come over. Nothing over there for conflict. Me on the next lane, I did see the guy that he just about the same time he wanted to turn on me. So, well, he's behind me. I got plenty of space in front of me. Following distance is a problem. Got a car coming up on my left. I'm looking at the signs, making sure I'm going to the right area. There's really no reason to cover my brake. I'm going 55, but there is a ramp coming up here. As a trucker, you got to make sure that you take these ramps seriously. Like I said, if it says 35, that's for a car, it's not for a truck. So you want to make sure how your truck reacts in a ramp or a turn or anything like that. So I'm coming up here, there's going to be another on-ramp to my left to get into the main traffic. So I'm going to communicate with my turn signal, 1, 2, 3, get over here. I got to see the cars, they're far enough over in their lanes that I'm not going to hurt too much if I get over here. There's a semi coming up on the left pretty quick, so I just want to stay in this lane. I'll go ahead and turn my turn signal off for a little bit and stay in this lane because I'm going to go down here to Ronald Reagan, come back up here on the other side of the industrial complex. Okay, the speed limit is still 55. Like again, like you can see that people don't run 55. Okay, I'm looking ahead, make sure there's nothing up there that's going to cause me, or maybe a broke down car, a policeman pulled something over. Looking around, making sure everything's pretty much the same, changing my vision, my scenery every 2 to 3 seconds. Looking at my mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds, make sure the things behind me are the way they should be. I got plenty of room. I'm leaving room behind me. Looking ahead, looking around, leaving room. No reason to communicate right now. It's surprising. I thought there'd be more traffic out here during lunch hour. But anyway, that's fine. I think we're good to go. So I'm still at 50. Well, see that what I mean? That flow of traffic gets to you. You got to slow back down. This lane is ending. So I'm going to take that communication, nobody on my left. I'm going to go over here and go over into this left lane. Seen that car behind me that was kind of speeding up. I think she almost wanted to get past me before I got to that turn lane. That happens all the time, especially as a trucker. Nobody wants to get behind a trucker. I don't know why. They go just as fast as a car. Anyway, I see her on my left. I'm looking ahead. There's nothing really going on there. Looking around. There's nothing really going on. I got plenty of room. Leave myself room. I see a trucker to my left here. He's taking the next lane over, which is fine. I'm probably going to stay in this lane for a little bit. I'm still doing a little quick on the mileage. It's hard to do it out here. Everybody wants to pass you. So I'm just doing about 58. I'm going to slow it down about 55. I think sometimes that if you slow down too much, you may be causing more of a risk for everybody around you than you are being safe. Just because you can start getting people that don't want to wait and they want to start getting crazy with you, and that causes risk. So anyway, we're going up here to Ronald Reagan Expressway. Going to take the turn back into the industrial complex. There's a person come up here on my left. I'm doing 55, 56. Nothing really going on. Looking ahead, nothing going on. And the construction's on past it. I already know that route's got construction. I could go down there just for the simple fact of doing this video, but it's not really no reason. Not really that big of a deal. I know what's going on down there. No big deal. You also got to know